Shalom everyone, I hope that you are doing fabulous. If you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Shannon and my channel might be a little bit different than what you are used to. And I should say Shabbat Shalom. I'm not Jewish, but I do have a Hebraic descent and I keep all 10 of the commandments. And today is the Shabbat, which represents perfect peace on the Sabbath. We keep it holy and stuff like that. And so anyway, I'm not a religious channel either, but I am for Yehovah Elohim. He is our maker and his name is Yehovah forever, like he tells us. The scripture is actually found in the tarot, so if you did not know that, it absolutely is here. But on the Shabbat, a lot of times I'll get on and pull one of the high arcanas. We'll shuffle and Yehovah will put a high arcana before us and we'll just turn to the scripture and read where that can be found. And today I've been up, I don't know, since about 6 something this morning and just have been spending some time with Yehovah. Woke up with him on my mind and sorry about that. And anyway, just been in the word and just listening in the spirit. And as I sat down this morning, he began to give me a bunch of stuff and I began to shuffle and I said, you know, what would you like to, you know, speak about for the Shabbat today? And he gave me in order, first of all, the Three of Cups showed itself, which is soulmates or social events, receptions, wedding, baby showers, or just get-togethers, or just, you know, something social was here. And then it came out in this order. There were 4 high arcanas that came out, which was the Aleph head. I don't know if you guys can see that very well because I have a notebook here that I've been taking notes on this morning. But the Aleph head, it's really been coming out, man. And the Resh, both those go back to head. This Aleph is the Aleph head, and then the Resh is the head, the man, the boss, the chief, right? We kept having the RA stuff come out yesterday. And, you know, I made reference to the bone disease because we did have bone-like energies that were coming out. But anyway, the Aleph and the Resh came out also with the full card, which is the Tav, to mark out something, to sign a signature, something like that. Could be travel as well. And then the Noon came out, which is many things with the Noon. It's the pictograph of the sperm, right? It represents a reconciliation as well in the tarot. It represents a river, a prophet being stretched out, inheritance, can go back to travel, things like that would be here with this. A river is here, so we kept having watery things that also began to come out. And then what was at the bottom of the deck was the Ten of Swords, the betrayal, somebody laying and decaying by water. Okay, and it's just really been over and over and over the last few times I've done videos. It was here. I began to look at ATTN and ATTN was there, which when I looked that up, it gave me the R10 rifle. Okay, but the name ATTN, that's also a name, which is ATTN, and it it means to be righteous and pure and holy. It also was a Midian king's name. As well as what it gave me, but I thought that was pretty amazing, especially for the Shabbat because we're supposed to keep it holy, and he gave the word holy here. So much came out of all of this, but we do have, you know, death issues with the 8th house, eternity here with the letter Noon. Okay, so we did have death issues. It showed it right here. Okay, it showed it right here. I also found the word rotten. Okay, so RTN, rotten. Somebody is rotting because Jehovah stated so the other day that somebody was rotting by water somewhere, and he just brought it out here. Okay, after I got done researching some stuff, I pulled some cards out of my homemade deck, and where the very first card that came out was something about the President of the United States. Okay. So something's huge here. We got war that came out yesterday, and since we can get a rifle that's used for war and stuff like that, It's here. And Jehovah's just continued to bring some stuff out. Remember, we also had stuff like bombs and stuff were coming out. Anyway, with the President of the United States, witch's headship, that would really show up out here. Something's going to be revealed today, guys. And there's also something about healing words of wisdom that came out, which is good. Which is good, okay? After some situation goes down or something today, somebody needs some healing words of wisdom because they've been through some type of stupid war and things like that, then fine, so be it. What came out in the study this morning with all of this, as I began to look at it, was something that produces gas is also out here, but my hands found a gas station, okay? So something about travel then would be here with this card and this card as well. There's a record here, or to remember something through a documentation, also found my hands. Now I'm going to get into this. The Aleph, Resh, Tav, and Nun. Again, Arden, righteous, pure, and holy, but it's also the ATTN, the rifle that's used in battle. The first word out here in the Hebrew represented, which is the letter A and the R, the Aleph and the Resh together, is an order. Okay, or a box or boxes for items to keep in order. It also went to a light that is also necessary for order, because we can't see without any kind of light. Okay, how I looked these up was I went to the Aleph head and then the Resh, and then I went to the Aleph head for the next word and the Tav together, which went to meaning a plow or a mark, or a plowman who drives the oxen toward a distant mark in order to keep the furrow straight, is what it stated. All right, and so it's also went to referencing to a traveling towards a mark or a destination or a person, and it gave reference to like the arrival to one, to a mark of something that has been, again, the Tav alone represents to travel somewhere. I marked something out, right? It's also represented a you, Y-O-U, is an individual who has arrived to a me, the coming together towards a mark, a standard, or a flag with the family mark hangs as a sign, an agreement or a covenant as a reminder of two parties as a sign of the agreement. So we got something really big here, especially we've got headship here. And there's a record of something that also came out for some type of an agreement, okay, to something. And something's moving toward something else here, okay? So there's a moving towards something here within this word. Then the Aleph head with the Nun, the first and the last out here, it represents to produce something, either like produce, like a plant, or to produce with like, you know, how animals produce offspring and stuff like that, or how, you know, man comes together and as a man and woman come together, they produce something, right? This is the male that searches at, this word goes back to the male that searches out the female and approaches her for reproducing. This can also be a search for purpose of producing just something. We know that the Aleph head is the magician, and this is production as well, right? Very skilled production, getting up, laying foundations, and producing something, having all that you need to do that, okay, within this word out here. Remember yesterday we had the word "and" that kept getting my attention on a couple of videos. So that name is out here. Now my mom's name was Ann, and my dad's name was Nathan, and one of my grandchildren's name was Nate, and it's all here. Ann is here, and Nate in A-T is here. Nate, Nathan would be found here. You know, it's just here. Nat is also here, but it's here, okay, without the E. It's still here. Thought that was very interesting. Anyway, so I got family that showed up here when Jehovah began to bring this out. This word also went to representing a ship. Again, we have water situation. Obviously, this is a river, but the 8th house goes back to the sea and stuff like that, okay, because it is watery. But this went back to meaning, making reference to meaning a ship that also searches through the sea for different coastlines in search of something to be traded or produced in that way as well. Either it will or will not be positive or negative. We do have something positive out here, though, because Jehovah brought it out. Something's going to be revealed. There's going to be something that's going to bring healing, and wisdom is out here about something. So it represents, this word is like where is something. So I'm searching for something here. Okay, then I went to the next word, starting with the resh, and went this way, which is the ra. Okay, the RA, and I kept bringing out the bone disease, and because we have rotten out here. Somebody's rotten. Either they're rotten to the bone, or some situation is rotten. We do know somebody's decaying, and it really is here. This the RA also goes back to the evil sun god as well, but the RA represented to see something. Now we just came out of a word that went to the SEAC, but now we're getting a word about seeing something, perceiving something, having an appearance to be able to see. The ability to perceive is out here with this word. Okay, there is, so if we got, you know, eyesight and stuff like that, we also have a physician out here, and so sometimes we'll get an eye center or an eye doctor or something like that. So if we're looking at ophthalmology and things like that, then something out here is here with that, or somebody's seen something that took place within whatever Jehovah's bringing out for us. Okay, and there's perception about the ordeal that's out here, okay, about an agreement, about a record, or some type of documentation, or something that is moving towards bringing two parties together and looking for some type of production within something out here. The next word is the resh with the tav, and that represents to shout, to tremble. There's some type of trembling out here. Okay, obviously somebody died. We do know it. Then that's all that word represents. Then the resh with the noon. Okay, the RN. So we have a doctor energy out here, and then the RN does show up here. So a physician, a nurse type of situation is out here. But this word means to shout or any loud noise out here as well. The RN also makes the phonics of rain. Okay, so if it was raining, sometimes we'll get that stuff. We already know about the rain and things that have been produced, you know, within musical things and stuff like that. If you're new, you won't understand what I'm talking to, but those of you who have followed me for a long time, you absolutely do know it. So taking the noon with the aleph head the other direction, obviously that is the chemical symbol for sodium. Okay, and we do have like the sea and salt water and things like that, because we were just talking about a ship out here as well. So we do, and again, somebody's rotten by water and things like that, and the river, this represents a river, will dump into the sea. So it is here, but we have you know, it's like sodium is here. But this word in the Hebrew represents to plead, and it also represents raw, R-A-W. If you take R-A-W the other way, it's also war. Yesterday I did a reading, and the word war came out, but since Jehovah brought this out, something raw, and it went to meat that is not fit for consumption in the sense of refusal. Okay, somebody was pleading for some type of meat to consume it, and it wasn't fit for any kind of eating within something out here, whatever that is. Some type of refusal was here. This was, somebody was literally saying please or pleading for something. It could just also just represent that, just please or pleading for something is out here. Okay, go back to the sodium. It's also a silvery, soft, waxy, metallic element of the alkali metal group. I just wrote that stuff down, which it states here, which occurs abundantly in natural compounds, especially in salt water. Okay, and it burns with a yellow flame, and it reacts violently in water, and it occurs in the seawater and in material salt, rock salt. Okay, so the next word is the noon with the resh, this direction, the NR. Okay, something could be very near to somebody. Okay, anyway, with the phonics of the NR as well. this word means a plow. Now, we just had that word in a different combination out here about, you know, the plow and the mark and moving towards something. It's also here in a totally different combination out here, meaning to plow. It went to light, or this a seed beginning after the flood season. Okay, it's plowed for germination, and then the soil glistens, and so it gives off that light, is what it was explaining. It also went to meaning a lamp, and so we got dark energy out here. Something happened in the night, and we also just had another word about having light with this box to be able. You have to have some type of a light that is necessary for order, and it was giving reference to having a box and also keeping things in order as well. So we're also getting another word out here with a different direction about light or seeing or a lamp or a candle. Okay, so something about the nighttime then, or just spiritually speaking, is out here within that. Okay, the next word is the noon and the tav. Okay, again, my family's name is out here, Nate. Okay, or you know, Nathan, or Nathaniel was my grandson's name. This is the meaning of this NT is remove, is what came out here. So something was removed. All right, I went to look up. I couldn't find, my dictionary doesn't go to 4-letter root words, but I wanted to see combinations that I could find. If I missed something, I guess I missed something, but I really looked through for 3-letter root words that could be found within these combinations, and what I found was the N, T, N ran back together, which is Nathan, or Nathan is here. Okay, it means gift. Okay, well, we have inheritances and stuff like that, and we do talk about that a lot. Okay, some type of situation around a gift that was given or delivered or was laid up or granted to somebody. This is what all these that word represents underneath that. Also went to recompense and to point or show. If somebody showed a gift of something, somebody had knowledge of that. This is I know, I perceive. Okay, and somebody communicated something, and something was created within some situation, then so be it. Then something's happened within the gift and the stuff like that. Also had a word of suffer out here as well. Then the next 3 letters that came out for a word within this stuff was the NTR, which went to a release soda. Okay, the chemical that releases gas or removing, went to loose or move or leap or undo or make or drive or asunder or shake. Did I write that right? I think I can read my own handwriting. Anyway, this is what come out here. There's a lot of phonic words out here, okay, because we're getting the weapons. We're getting a rat, a rate, a rot, and rot as in anger as right as well. The word right or wrote, or the right side of something. We can find these phonics within these letters as well. Again, Nate, Nat, Nathan can be found out here. The knight is out here, and a knight, like the knight in shining armor, we can also get the phonics of that as well. So we would be talking about somebody who, since there's water out here, maybe a water sign type of energy would be here. Obviously we have, the houses out here, but there's some type of a person between the ages of 25 and 35 within something, because the knights hold that in the deck. We also have, again, an RN and a runner, and somebody ran. There's all kinds of stuff out here that Jehovah brought out here today, and I just wanted to share it. Okay, he just keeps saying, okay, so if this person has not been found yet, somebody's still rotting by water, okay, or somebody's very rotten out here. Some type of communication about this, I guess, is going to be revealed today, or there's going to be healing words to heal a situation. There's wisdom out here within something, okay, that Jehovah brought out. And I was just sharing it for Shabbat because I just like to get on and just, be spontaneous. Sometimes if Jehovah brings something out like you did today, I'll share it and maybe get your wheels rolling as well. If this is, if you've got similar situations where something's taken place with you or a family member or just something energetically, then fine. but something's huge out here, even on the level where the President of the United States came out. It's huge, okay? And things in prophecy, this is a prophet, things in prophecy moving towards what? We're dealing with the mark and stuff like that. If you want to go to that level, then it would be here within some matter. And we will continue to keep our eyes on Jehovah and have our light lit up from the inside so that we can see and keep things in order so that we can make it to the end of this thing. Okay, as far as, if we're talking about the mark and the mark of the beast and stuff like that, because it does come out on the channel, we overcome by the word of Jehovah and by the blood of the Lamb, right? And our testimony and things like that. So all these things just being jumbled together coming up, and a specific situation came out today, and this really hit home because my family members, my dad's in here, my mom and my dad is in here, and my grandson's in here. It's huge. Anyway, I was just sharing it. Shalom.